Hi, everyone. Michael Ma here with Emeritus Wealth Management. If you work at a university or nonprofit hospital system, there's a good chance you have access to not one, but two different retirement plans, a 403B and a 457B. And most people either don't know they have both or don't understand how they're different. Today, I want to change that because understanding how these two plans work together could be one of the most impactful financial planning decisions you make in your career. So let's break it all down, what each plan is, how they're different, and how to use them strategically. Let's start with the 403B. This is the most common retirement plan for employees in higher education and nonprofit healthcare. Think of it as the nonprofit's world version of a 401k. You contribute dollars that accumulate tax deferred, and you pay taxes when you take money out in retirement. The IRS sets an annual contribution limit, and if you're 50 or older, you can add a catch up contribution on top of that. Your employer may also match a portion of what you put in, though this varies significantly by institution. Either way, the 403B is typically the foundation of your retirement savings strategy. Now, here's something many people don't realize about the 403B. You may have a choice in how you contribute, pre-tax or Roth. With pre-tax contributions, your money goes in before taxes are taken out, reducing your taxable income today and lowering your current tax bill. But when you take that money out in retirement, you'll owe ordinary income taxes on every dollar. With Roth contributions, it works the opposite way. You pay taxes up front, but from that point forward, the growth is tax free and withdrawals in retirement are completely tax free. This is a powerful distinction, and the right choice depends on your current tax bracket, your career stage, and what you expect in retirement. Now, let's talk about the 457B. This is a supplemental retirement plan available at some, but not all universities and hospital systems. What makes it unique is that it has its own completely separate IRS contribution limit. That means you can max out your 403B and still contribute the maximum to your 457B at the same time. These limits don't offset each other, they stack. So if your institution offers both, you have the ability to shelter a significant amount of income from taxes every year, which is an opportunity most private sector employees simply don't have. Now let's talk strategy because this is where things get really interesting. If your 403B allows Roth contributions and your 457B accepts pre-tax dollars, you can use both plans together to create tax diversification. In practice, that means contributing to a Roth 403B for tax-free growth while simultaneously contributing pre-tax to a 457B to reduce your taxable income today. In retirement, you then have two buckets, one taxable, one tax-free, giving you flexibility to manage your tax situation. In higher income years, you can draw from the Roth. In lower income years, you can draw from pre-tax funds. It's one of the most underutilized strategies available to people in higher education and healthcare. Another key advantage of the 457B is how it handles early withdrawals. With the 403B, if you take money out before age 59 and a half, you typically owe a 10% penalty on top of income taxes. With the 457B, there is no 10% early withdrawal penalty once you separate from your employer, regardless of your age. You still owe income taxes on pre-tax money, but there's no penalty. This makes the 457B especially valuable for those considering early retirement or needing a bridge before Social Security or Medicare begins. However, and this is important, not all 457B plans are the same. If you work for a public institution, your plan is governmental and your assets are held in trust for your benefit. But if you work for a nonprofit, your plan is likely a non-governmental 457B. In that case, your account balance is technically an asset of your employer, not held in a separate trust, which means there is some level of employer risk. In addition, these plans often have more restrictive distribution rules, such as requiring specific triggering events like separation service or reaching a certain age. Elections may be locked in years in advance, and investment options can also be more limited. Here's the bottom line. If your employer offers both a 403B and a 457B, and you have the ability to contribute to both, you have access to one of the most powerful tax advantage savings opportunities available. And if your 403B offers Roth, combining a Roth 403B with a pre-tax 457B can be a highly effective strategy to build flexibility and manage taxes in retirement. But the details matter. Whether your 457B is governmental or private, what your distribution options are, and whether your 403B offers Roth are all important considerations. If you're not sure how to navigate this, that's exactly the kind of planning we help clients with at Emeritus Wealth Management. If you have any questions or want to make the most of what's available to you, feel free to reach out. Thanks again for your time. Emeritus Wealth Management is not affiliated with TI. This content is for informational purposes only and should not be considered individualized financial advice. Please consult with your advisor before making any financial decisions. Investment advice offered through Stratus Wealth Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. Stratus Wealth Advisors LLC and Emeritus Wealth Partners are separate entities.